Gentleman yields. I now recognize Mr. Suozzi, the gentleman from New York, for 5 minutes of question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Marin, I'm so sorry what you've been through. Nobody knows how you feel. Appreciate you being here and coming to talk to us like this. And Sheriff Hathaway, thank you for your service. Mr. Desmond, I can only imagine how frustrated you are as a local official. I was a mayor, I was a county executive, and this is all out of your control, and it's being dumped on you, and it's really frustrating. And Mr. Heike, thank you for your service for so many years. I know you've devoted your life to your job and your public service, and it must be so frustrating to you as well to see these things happening beyond your control. And we talk about the border crisis, but it's really a Washington, D.C. crisis, because this is not a new phenomenon. This has been going on for decades. And we can go back and forth about the numbers going up and down. You know, big impact on those charts is COVID. And when COVID is over, it started going back up again. And, you know, now the numbers are down because Mexico's enforcing a border because the president did his executive order. So we got to figure out how to get Democrats and Republicans to work together to address the very real concerns that every one of you have. And that America, what you see in this room is what's happening all over America every day. And people are just like, what the hell are you guys doing? We're sick of hearing you just attack each other instead of solving the problem. So it's not one thing. It's not one or the other. It's both sides. We got to secure the border. We have to fix the broken asylum system. And we got to treat people like human beings. I mean, everybody wants that. I don't care if you're the Republican witness, the Democratic witness. Everybody wants those three things. Secure the border. We need more agents. We need more judges. We can build more wall. We can do more technology. We can do all the things we've heard the back and forth here today. We've got to secure the border. That's a very real thing that has to be done. Number two, we got to fix the asylum system. You know, asylum used to be like, we were happy when the Soviets sought asylum in America. That was like, yeah, they're coming to us. They're not going to the other guys. Asylum, you came from Cuba or from the Soviet Union. Like, yes, asylum. Now it's being abused by the cartels and by the organized crime and the coyotes and teaching people. These people are all coming here because they want a better life. But we can't just let everybody in. But people are abusing the asylum system, and they're gaming the system, saying the right key words so they can get into this bureaucratic mess that takes 6 or 7 years to resolve. 85% of the people get denied ultimately, but people are abusing the system. We've got to fix the asylum system. We've got to change the standards with asylum. We've got to stop allowing asylum in between the ports of entry, which is what the president did in his executive order. It's what the Langford bill that we've heard about today, the Langford-Murphy bill, would have done. But they had these you had to get 4,500 people, and then the president's executive order is 2,500 people. Got to say no, just no asylum in between the ports of entry. Just stop it. Make you go to a port of entry or make you go to a safe mobility office somewhere else in the world. And number three, you got to treat people like human beings. I don't know your politics, but most people think the dreamers who've been here 20, 30 years, who came as little kids, they should have a pathway, at least to legalization. TPS recipients, we invited them here after an earthquake or a civil war. Give them a pathway to citizenship, or don't even give them citizenship. Give them legalization so they don't have to worry about being deported tomorrow, so they can go to work. The Farm Worker Modernization Act, it's been negotiated bipartisan. Let's make the deal. We got both sides worked it out. The Afghan Readjustment Act. There's so many things that we've worked out to say, let's treat people like human beings. But we got to put these three things together. We have to stop. Every problem we face in America, and certainly this issue, is complicated. Nothing is simple. But you cannot solve complicated problems in an environment of fear and anger when everybody's just yelling and screaming at each other. You can only solve complicated problems when you get people on one side and people on the other side to say, I think this, well, I think that. Well, how about we do this? Well, how about we do that? And you try and find a compromise somewhere in the middle. That's what I know all of you want to see happen. That's what I think most people up here want to happen. I heard Mr. Heike, nobody paid attention to it. He said before, he said, most of the people are coming over are good people. Most of them just want to go to work. So let's fix this broken system that we've had for decades, stop the BS, and try and find common ground So that people like yourselves who are sitting there and saying to yourselves, I am so sick of these guys going back and forth. Can't they just work it out? That I know you're all thinking in the back of your heads, like everybody in America is thinking, let's work it out. Let's work together. Let's get it done. I'm prepared to do it. I know lots of Republicans are. Let's try and make that happen. Thank you very much. I yield back. I'm sorry I didn't ask you any questions, but I had to just say that. Thank you.
Thanks. The gentleman yields. I now recognize the